Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new.
Hi.
We are back on our Scentsy shit yet again. If you watched my last Scentsy video where I reacted to the UK leader, I mentioned another UK leader that we were going to be reacting to, and this is that individual. It's going to be a shorter video, and it's all about why you should sponsor in Scentsy. And we're gonna get right into it right after this disclaimer. Okay, now that that is out of the way, we have one more piece of housekeeping, and if you are not new here, you know that you can go down to the bar here at the bottom of the screen and click on the part where it says reaction starts here. You can also scroll to the description and find the chapters and click on the timestamp where it says reaction starts here. If you are new here, please give this a listen at least one time. I make it quick and painless. I do not blur the names or the faces of the individuals that I am reacting to in this video. This individual is positioned as a public figure on social media, and this video was also publicly posted on YouTube. This does not mean that I'm encouraging anybody to go and seek these individuals out and send them hateful messages or mean comments. That is never the intention of my content. My content is meant to be educational, but most of all entertaining. So let's all do our part and keep it that way. And with that, we're gonna get the fuck into it. Really quickly, if you're not familiar with Scentsy, I did do a full deep dive on Scentsy that I will link in the description below. But to give you the lowdown, they are an MLM, multi-level marketing company, network marketing company, pyramid scheme, if you want to call it that, allegedly in my opinion. They focus on scented products. So the main product that they're known for is the wickless wax warmers, the wickless candles, I guess we could call them. And this is the warmers with the bulb inside, and there's a dish on top that melts your scented wax. They also have skin stuff now. They have room sprays, all of those scented things that we can get from a regular store and not a scam in my opinion, allegedly. But anyway, moving on. Like I said, this training is a little bit of a shorter one. It is on sponsoring and why we should be sponsoring within Scentsy. Let's get into it, shall we?
Yes, I suppose we shall.
Right, third time lucky. I hope this works. Hi guys, good morning. Happy Thursday to you all. So I'm just sitting in my kitchen and I've just got Artie out of the bath actually. My Wi-Fi wasn't playing ball, so this is third time lucky. Happy Thursday morning. I hope everyone is well and you're having a really lovely Thursday. It is gorgeous, it's sunny and it's bright. Morning Adele. And it is a glorious day. So I want to talk to you guys about just asking the question. I was talking to someone this morning on the phone and we were talking about sponsoring and we were talking about growing your team. And we were talking about, that urge to just ask the question and how important it is. And I was talking to Tam. It was actually Tam I was talking to. And one of the things that she said was, you know what? The month when I sponsored the most people was when I got brave and I just asked the question because we were talking about people that I'd asked to join. I said to her, I've already had 4 join conversations this month that are like good join conversations. They are join conversations where people are considering the opportunity seriously. And now I know there's lots of you in here that would really like to grow your team or you would really like to sponsor somebody to help you promote up the ladder. But it's about asking that question and getting into the habit of asking the question regularly. And sometimes we don't do that. Like, be completely honest. How many join conversations have you maybe had this month? Maybe you've only had like 1 or 2. Maybe you've had none. Maybe you've not even posted about the join opportunity. Maybe you haven't even looked and seen that we've got an enhanced kit this month, and for the £85 kit you actually get an extra 3 bars of wax this month, which is the summer collection. I only realised that on the 2nd, and I hadn't really paid much attention to what was going on, and suddenly I thought, you know what, this is where in our mindset we need to get into a habit of this sell to our customers and trying to get them to host parties and trying to get them to join, and then coaching them to do the same. It really is that simple. But
it's that simple that every customer, you need to have the end goal of having them join your team. What the I've said this in the past, but in case you haven't seen those videos, if I'm going to a store, like always, Target, and I'm a consistent customer and they keep pestering me to join their team, I would likely not go there anymore. It would turn me away so quickly. No, I don't want to join a team. I'm just buying stuff because I like the product. I want the product. This does not mean that I want to sell it. It doesn't mean that I want to join a team or build a business. It means none of those things. And a lot of people who are buying with Scentsy don't want to join to sell Scentsy. They just want to buy the products. Or maybe they're even feeling guilty and wanting to help their friends reach their PRV goal. And that's the only reason they bought that month. But now you're going to pester them to join because that is the process of what happens in an MLM.
We complicate it, and I don't know why we complicate it. We complicate asking people to join our teams. And I'm terrible for it. I definitely overthink who I'm asking. I overthink who I've asked before. I overthink the conversations a little bit too much. So I'm just going to give you a couple of things that you could do this month to help you be able to grow your team. Because realistically, it is a numbers game. I don't like to say that. I don't like to think of our business as a numbers game, but it is a numbers game. The more people you ask, the more likely you are to find a new team member. The more people you ask for referrals, the more likely you're going to find new people that are going to be added to your customer group. The more people you ask if they need extra wax, the more likely someone is going to say yes. It's about asking those questions. And sometimes we've asked the question to everybody in our network, and then now it's about finding those new people, which is where our focus lies for this month. Artie, turn it down a little bit, please. That focus lies for this month in growing your customer base, because ideally, if that customer base grows, you're going to have more people to ask the questions to, right? Whether that's a join question, whether that's to have a party, whether that's to host a borrow bag, whether that's to, join your team, whether that's to order a 6-pack of wax. That's the whole point. We need more customers so that we can make that possible. Okay. For that to happen, you don't want to be asking the same people to join your team over and over and over again.
And yet you do.
Tell me below, there are some of you probably that have asked the same people to join maybe 10, 11, 12 times. Now, I'm not saying you stop asking those people, because there are some people that it took me 2, 3, 4, 5 years to be able to get them to say yes to join.
That contradicts the other stuff.
But, and I don't ever want to stop asking those people, but sometimes you've got to take the focus off of those people and look at fresh. And that's where growing your customer base comes in to play so much. And it's so important to grow your customer base, to keep adding those customers in so that you've got fresh people to have those conversations with. So here's some things that I've been looking for before I ask people this month. My aim is to ask one person every single day to join my team in May. That rhymes. I'm rhyming without even realising it. So I need at least 30 people lined up. Now, a lot of the time I'm thinking daily, who can I ask today? So let me tell you so far who I've asked. On Monday, on the 1st, I asked a lady, I wanted to close a party and I needed cotton cleanups really badly, right? If anyone's seen my live in my customer group yesterday, I was live with cotton wool balls, and I don't know why, but I get them everywhere. I get the cotton wool in my nails, and I was being really honest with my customers. I was like, I don't like doing this. This is rubbish. I need cotton cleanups. So I wanted to close the party. So I closed the party on Monday that had £256 credit in it. I ordered 95 cent circles so that I've got them to give out to my customers, 4 packs of cotton cleanups, a 6-pack of wax, and I don't know, something else, a couple of bulbs. And I ordered that. Now, I was closing that party, and I reached out to somebody who had said they would join this month, and I said to her, I'm about to close this party, did you still want to sign up? And she actually said to me, no, I'm really sorry, the time's just not right at the moment, and I know I said I would join, and I know you were waiting to close the party. She said, I'm really sorry, I've just changed my mind. And I said, no problem at all.
I'll be back.
I checked out my party, right, because I just needed to do it. So that was my first conversation. That was following up with somebody that had said they were thinking about joining. Second conversation on the 2nd was a really simple conversation. I sent a voice note to a customer that had given me all of the flags. So last month, when I deliver my customers' orders on their doorsteps, quite often I stop for a little chat. And it's a really good time to ask people if they want to join. But this particular customer had said to me things had changed. Her circumstances had changed with her job. She had some things going on at home, which meant that she was considering doing something else. So I thought of her. I thought, do you know what? I could close, and I've got another party open. So I voice noted this particular customer, and I said to her, look, I've got an opportunity. I would love you to join. She's actually said to me, I'm going to go away and I'm going to ask some of my friends, and I'm going to see whether they would buy off of me, because a lot of them buy from other people. So that was my second conversation. But it was after a conversation on a doorstep, okay? That's where it all started, on a doorstep. And I said to her, you could always think about joining Scentsy. It literally was just a conversation. It was very casual. At the time, she was like, I'm not really too sure, maybe, you know.
So take advantage of the things that she's going through at work and at home and dive in and ask to join Scentsy. I feel like that's such a bad approach. This individual is probably in a tough spot and trying to make tough decisions by the fact that she's going through stuff at home and at work. So you're more vulnerable when you're in that position, like I was when I joined Scentsy. I joined when I moved to a whole new place. I moved to across the country and I knew nobody. And it was, I'm just going to say it, it was pitched to me as a way to get out and meet people. And I took the bait. Just like these individuals who are in vulnerable spots, a lot of times take the bait. That is the way they get you in. And then it snowballs into something awful if you're like most of the people who join MLMs, and it's just not going to turn out the way that the individuals who are recruiting you are telling you that it's going to turn out. That's the truth.
And we talked about, it was very light, okay? It was very generalized, very natural conversation. At no point was I like, join my team, you need to join my team. Didn't happen. Then I had a website order from somebody yesterday, and the same lady, I was replacing a bottle of Luna Scentsy Fresh because she couldn't smell it. Now, when I went back and I actually looked at all of her orders when I was looking for her address, she has ordered from me on my website 6 times. And her orders from last month added up to about £150. So in the midst of my email, I went back to her and I said, Sarah, like, look, I don't know whether you've ever considered it, but the amount you've spent, it would make sense for you to sign up as a customer and have your own consultant ID, and you can place your own orders on your website. I changed the conversation. I didn't talk about building a business. I didn't talk about it being, a business venture, a side hustle. I just flipped the script and said it's a consultant, like a bit like an affiliate account, if you like. Flipped the script.
You manipulated her.
I'm waiting for her to come back. So that was conversation number 3. Today, I'm not sure who I'm going to ask. I've got no idea. But you're looking for things. You've got to be listening and looking all the time. If you don't know your customers on a personal level, it becomes really hard to flip the script and them to become really good customers. I've had people just sign up with me randomly before, and some of them have done really, really well and are still here now. But some of them I found it really hard to build a relationship with. And I would really recommend for you to sponsor people, you just need to ask people and build relationships with people. Get to know your customers, get to know their personal circumstances, get to know what's going on in their lives. If you want to build a team, you just need to start asking people. So I'm challenging myself this month to ask 30 people to get 30 no's. So if 4 people decide to join, I've got to ask 34 people because I need to go for 30 no's. I want 30 people to say no to me. Why? Some of you are probably thinking, why do I want people to say no to me? Really simple. When you get used to hearing the word no, it grows this layer of thick skin. It grows this onion layer of thick skin, right? And I love growing a thick skin. You need to be resilient in this type of business, okay? Because people are going to say no. People are going to say no thank you when you offer them a mystery bag. Someone might say no when you offer them a 6-pack of wax. Someone might say no because they don't want to have a party. Someone might say no because they don't want to join your team. You might have 5 people in mind to speak to about all those different things and get 5 no's in one day. Now, if you can't cope with hearing the word no, you're then going to be like, oh my God, I'm a failure. I'm a failure. You're not, right? You're not a failure. No one's a failure just by going for the word no. Actually, it's about being resilient and being like, no isn't no right now. Okay? Yes, it's a no right now. It is, as Georgie would say. But it's not a no forever.
No means no!
Can we make that statement just illegal to even say at this point? I'm so over them saying it's a no for right now. It's not a no forever. A lot of times when you're asking people to join an MLM pyramid scheme, in my opinion, a no is a no forever. Yeah, hard pill to swallow, but it'll help you build that onion skin.
Another customer has just messaged me. So this morning, I've asked somebody to join. Here we go. I forgot I'd even had this conversation. So this morning, my customer said to me, I bought a present for my neighbour. One of the flowers that I've just bought from you is for my neighbour. I'm going to introduce her to Scentsy. So I said to her, why don't you just sign up as a consultant and then she can buy through you? She's just come back to me and said, I would, but I haven't read the rest of her message. It just popped up. These are just conversations. In my mind, I am thinking, let's just ask people. Now, you're not a failure if people say no. It's just part of the process. And you've got to get that in your head. It's just part of the process. It's just I want you to find no's. I want you to get people to say no to you. My challenge to you this week is to have 7 join conversations and get 7 no's. If someone says yes, have 8 conversations. You need 7 no's by the end of this week. Now, if you don't want to build a team, you can apply this to finding new customers. You can apply this to having Facebook parties. You can apply this to getting your borrow bag out there. There's so many different things you can apply it, but you've got to ask the question. Okay? And I think in our heads, we feel like we've asked everybody, right? I feel like I've asked every single customer. Have I asked every single customer? No, I haven't. Yeah, I might have sent a blanket email out to all of my whole customer base. Yes, I've done that. Has that email probably been ignored by, 600 people that have ever bought from me? Yes, that's not a problem. It isn't an issue, okay? Because it just means they might not have seen it today. It just means that right now in their personal circumstances, it might not be the right time to join or to buy or to order. But you being consistent with doing these things is going to keep you in their mind. If you never ask anybody to join, or you never post about the join opportunity, or you never say you can come and do this alongside me and you want to grow a team, people will not know that you're building a team. They're not going to know that you're building a team. And I tell you, it is the worst pain in the world. It's not the worst pain in the world, that's a little bit dramatic, but it's really not a very nice feeling when somebody that's a customer of yours goes and joins with somebody else. I've had that before, and it was a really tough pill to swallow, especially when you've introduced them to Scentsy. Maybe they've bought warmers from you, they've had your borrow bag, and then they go and sign up with somebody else because you didn't ask them to join. You didn't ask them to join your team. And then you find out that they hit certified in like 3 days, 5 days, or a month. And you could have hit an incentive because you didn't ask them to join your team.
So it's all about you, always. It's all about you in the MLM. No matter how many times you hear these consultants, representatives, whatever they're called, partners, whatever, it is almost never about the person that they're trying to help, and always about them and their team and their growth and their bonuses and their whatever they're working to, their incentive trips. It's always about them.
When you think about it like that, this isn't on them going to join somebody else. We all get that annoyance, right? I was really angry. I was like, oh my God, she's going to join somebody else. But then I backtracked and I thought, I never asked her to join. I never offered her a join kit for 20 quid. I never, suggested to her that she could have her own business. I never suggested to her. And you know why? I'm just thinking of one customer in particular. This has happened to me a few times. And
whoa, ma'am, are we okay? She's got an itchy ear, I guess. I don't know. That was aggressive.
In this particular customer, it was because she lived in a big house. And I thought, she wouldn't want to join Scentsy. I assumed for her that she wouldn't want to join Scentsy. The same as we assume people haven't got the money to buy a diffuser. Some of my best customers are probably not some of my richest customers. Do I know their financials? Nope. Do I see that they're moaning about the price of food on their social medias? Maybe sometimes. But sometimes those people are the richest people in the world because they're sitting on loads of money and they just don't want to spend it. I assume somebody doesn't want to buy an air purifier. I assume somebody doesn't want to join a Scentsy business. Why not? Why not? Don't assume anybody wants to join. Okay? Be that person that asks the question. Get into a mindset of building a habit to ask people to join your team. Now, if you get to a point where you've asked all of your customers, all 30 of your customers, you've said, I've asked them if they want to join, they've all said no. The next step is to find new customers. Keep servicing the ones you've got, because one day some of them will join, My best friend was a customer, had 4 parties for me. She's not, and it took 2.5 years for her to sign up to Scentsy. She sold Scentsy for a year in lockdown, and then she's gone back to work, so things have changed, and she's now passed all of her customers on to me. I've got new customers from it. I've got new people to ask to join Scentsy from it.
It's all about you.
I, me. But you're giving more than you take and you're helping people, right? That's Scentsy's thing. They're always giving more than they take. And that's a load of bullshit, my friends. They are always worried about them and what's next for them. Did they earn their incentive? Are they getting annual mentor? Are they getting annual sales awards? Because as soon as you fall off, as soon as you stop making sales and helping them rank up and hit their bonuses, they will not talk to you anymore in most cases.
It's all good. It's all good in the hood. But 2.5 years. 2.5 years, I asked her. 2.5 years she had a party every single season for me. Every single season. And I said to her, every single season, do you want to join on this party? No, thank you very much. I don't want to be a consultant. You'd be a great consultant. You're a graphic designer. No, it's not for me. And then she came to me in lockdown and said, I'm thinking about joining Scentsy. I nearly fell off my bar stool. I literally nearly dropped my cup of tea on the floor. I was like, oh my God, yes, I get Scentsy with my bestie. And do you know what's really nice is even though she doesn't sell Scentsy now, we can still talk about things like that. She gets things. She gets when I'm having a bad day, I can unfold on her and unreal on her, and she's there for me like a bestie should be, right? So, but I asked and asked and asked for 2.5 years. That's the point. You've got to ask the question. Ask the question. Don't be spammy. Only ask people that you know. Don't go and ask people that you don't know. Don't go and ask random people. Well, you can if you want, but I promise you, the response I tend to give people when they ask me to join their business in my inbox and they don't know me is not very pleasant. Or I am pleasant, but I'm a little bit like, this is not how you should do it. Build relationships with people. Get to know your customers. Ask the question. Build relationships with people. Get to know their life circumstances. Ask the question. Take an order from a customer. Ask the question. See that a customer's ordering lots. Ask the question. Get into a habit. Send the email once a week. Ask people to join. Let them know you've got a join opportunity. Let them know you're closing a party. You can join for £50 on every £245 order. Do you know that if you live in America? Do you know that if you live in Mexico? Do you know if you live in Australia? Do you know if you live in Amsterdam? Do you know if you live in Spain, France, Germany? You can join my team. Did you know that? And if you don't know that and you know that you've got friends in all of those places, I'm telling you now, get a teamie that's in one of those places and that starts building, you will make money in your sleep. Imagine having a team in Australia that when you go to bed, your team in Australia are working, building, growing their Scentsy business and smashing it. You'll be snoring away and you might have just made like 50 quid in your sleep. That's the dream, right?
But I thought that this wasn't a pyramid scheme because pyramid schemes are illegal and you guys focus on the product, right? This seems like quite the opposite.
That's the dream. So, I'm not just saying don't recruit in the UK, by the way. I'm saying, like, do you know that all these places are open everywhere? Now, if you commented, I'm really sorry. I might not be seeing comments. They're not showing up. So I apologise. But go and ask the question. Go and ask the question. Get into a habit. I challenge you, one person a day for the whole of May. Ask them to join your team. And if you really need to grow your customer base, meet one new person a day. Using the tips that I'm sharing in here every single day, meet one new person a day. Now, if you would like a challenge for this week from me that's personal to you, inbox me on Messenger or WhatsApp if you've got my number, and I will send you a personal challenge. Inbox me. I'm going to put that up as a post in a moment. But anyway, have a great day, guys. Go and ask the questions, and I'll speak to you soon.
Oh my God, if they ask you the question, just say no. No, forever. But make sure you put the forever so they know, like, this is not a no for right now. This is a no forever. Because I don't want to see you get roped into a pyramid scheme, in my opinion, allegedly. It's time for our palate cleanser. TikTok hates your bullshit. Quick little rundown if you haven't seen these yet. These NPCs that are coming up all over TikTok, they have been showing up more, for me at least, in my For You page. I'm not sure what that says about me, but this is a parody of an NPC.
Gang gang. Got me feeling like a cowgirl, let me ride it. Yeah. Shut up! Stop! Stop! I'm filming! Let me ride it. Gang gang, gang gang. Ooh, yummy ice cream for me. Oh, thank you, John. Not my ex.
Thank you so much.
Can you stop?
You can smell that.
Popcorn in the straightener. Stop filming.
You're burning
It makes
popcorn
no
with a
sense, but it pays
straightener.
for rent. Stop. Stop.
What is? What?
It makes no sense, but it pays for rent. It's so strange. It literally, it doesn't make sense, but you start watching these things and you're just like, what the fuck is happening? And then people are gifting things and they have to do different things for the gifts. And it's so bizarre, but they make a lot of money from what I understand. So if you see me as an NPC over on TikTok, mind your business, okay? But anyway, as always, thanks for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.